And begin. Let it go a little longer. It's so peaceful.
Long version.
And calm. Okay, it's the remix. See, we don't have a game to talk about this week, so we may as well.
We got to fill the space somehow.
Yeah, we'll just fuck with the music the whole time.
But we still show up. Yeah, we're not ravaged by whatever they call it, Storm Sierra.
Sierra spelled the weirdest way I've ever seen.
This looks like some Irish bullshit.
Hey. No, I'm just saying. Well, hi everybody, and welcome. We are the Columbus E13, and hi out there on American Hammers TV. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Kev.
So we are back. This could be a short show today because, truth is I haven't had my dinner. But the untruth is, we don't have a show to talk about or a game to talk about because the West Ham game was postponed due to inclement weather.
Yeah.
I was like literally showered, had my kid on, and I was getting ready to load the car before I saw the notification come over on my phone.
See, I figured because I woke up at 7:30 local time, so 4 hours before kickoff.
Yeah, and that's when that's on the West Ham app.
Oh no, I just opened up Twitter, and the first thing on it is this match has been postponed. Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was
gonna text you, but I figured you get
a
push notification.
I was asleep.
Oh,
I didn't
DJing the night before.
Yeah, I was DJing until 5 a.m.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it was a banger.
Why are we only getting it was our biggest broken hearts ball of ever. It was huge. Okay, there we go.
Good.
Do we got both sides
on the fly?
We kind of got both sides. Okay, so there was some suggestion on there in the interwebs world that Man City postponed the game because Sterling wasn't fit.
I mean,
because they're desperately afraid of West Ham United.
I mean, I'm thinking back to opening day when they thrashed us 5-0.
What are you talking about? I don't even remember such a game.
I remember. I not only remember that. I remember in the post-match press conference, Pellegrini complaining about the superior technical quality of Man City players and how they could just run rampant over West Ham.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank God that we don't have to listen to another Pellegrini press conference.
I'll take that.
Because did you ever actually try to watch one?
Yeah. I remember the beginning of his first season. So, yeah, summer of 2018.
It was rough.
I'm just he spoke in that complete monotone.
Monotone.
It was always the same
super
recycled
thick
pleasantries every time.
Super thick accent. And hey, look.
I didn't find him hard to understand. But
I totally did. But I mean, I'm old, so sometimes I have a hard time understanding anything when I don't have headphones on. So I'm struggleville. But
yeah, I didn't think he sound I've listened to Jose Mourinho press conferences before, and I figured I could navigate the accent okay. But it was just he would talk and he wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, but Jose was at least animated. He had
that's what I'm saying.
He had inflection. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. Pellegrini just didn't say anything.
Right.
I mean it comes clear afterward he wasn't a motivator. He wasn't someone who could, fire up a dressing room.
Apparently not. Maybe he can get some bit work on this excellent season of The Walking Dead that's taking place.
Oh, is it? Yeah?
It's terrible.
Well, I mean, I can't believe that show is still going on.
It's still going on. It's ridiculous. I can't remember the other shows that were like this, but we just stopped watching them. And there's probably 15 episodes on my DVR. I just got to delete them. Seriously, it's just terrible.
I was going to ask if that was what you did with your newfound Sunday time, but I guess not.
try to watch. I did watch television. In fact, with my newfound Sunday time, I binged Lost in Space on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Which is awesome. I had watched the first season last year, but the second season I had only watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and then I was like, it's a little slow. Oh my God, the end of the season is so good. I just finished it last night.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I watched 8 hours of Lost in Space because I didn't have football to watch.
Yeah, I know. I stayed in my sweats. I watched a documentary now on Netflix.
Okay.
Bill Hader and Fred Armisen. Good stuff.
I love Bill Hader.
Really funny. Really funny. Went for a run, and it was just like, I didn't think about football on Sunday.
And that was probably quite the relief.
Yeah. Yeah. But, now we're going to do this next week. And, I mean, this game was going to get played at some point, but for me, anyway.
Well, it's been confirmed now.
Yes.
Next
a
week
next
from
Wednesday.
tomorrow, Wednesday the 19th.
Now,
right?
which for me, I'll be on vacation. I will be in the only Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
And, because I have a disease, apparently, I've already looked up the LA Hammers and where they meet.
Sure.
It'll be a lunchtime match on the West Coast.
That's awesome.
I have not heard back, but I'm like, I'm going to need a pint or 4 to get through this match. So hit me up.
I'm sure you're going to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those guys post on Instagram tons,
Good.
so it's easy to figure out where they're. Although I know that in L.A., it might be Fresno. No, L.A., they watch at different pubs.
Oh.
So you got to watch for the current Instagram. I'm pretty sure they shift around from like 2 places. It's either L.A. or Fresno moves, but I'm pretty sure it's L.A. that moves where they watch the games at.
Okay, what I found was it was a bar. It's a English pub just down the street from Universal Studios.
That could be it. I am opening the grams of Insta, and I am looking for Los Angeles Hammers, and so Fox and Hounds.
Yes, that's the one.
That Fox and Hounds is where they always watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
Fox
deal.
and Hounds.
Good deal.
Fox and Hounds. It's Fresno that moves around.
Good deal.
Okay.
Good deal.
Sorry about that.
No. That's keeps my plans on course.
Yeah. I'd be there. I'd be there if I was out there.
I got nothing to do that day. I'm gonna ride the train out from downtown.
Nice.
Gonna, take a break from the sun and be mad probably.
Oh, you never know. But of course, Raheem Sterling will definitely be fit by next week. I mean,
maybe some West Ham players will be fit.
What was his injury that was keeping him out of the game?
Who cares?
No, seriously.
I don't know.
We don't know? Okay, let's look it up. Let's look up Google and Raheem. How the hell do you spell Raheem Sterling?
Old man attempting
Hey, look!
to use
Oh my God, I
phone.
did it the first time. Okay, likely to be fit for Man City's clash with Real Madrid. So he's going to be fit next week.
He's going to be fit.
But then like West Ham, they're going to have another game 3 days later on Saturday. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, they'll be. Oh no. No.
Is it because the Champions
League
stuff?
Liverpool on Monday. Is West Ham's next match after that?
Right. That I meant during that weekend
for City. Yeah.
Right. I remember. Right. So what I'm wondering is, either way, Sterling is going to be fit for a match. Unfortunately, how convenient that we had to.
Maybe we'll have Felipe back. Maybe Yarmolenko will be back. Maybe Jack Wilshere will be back. We don't have a.
Did you see?
We don't have a mass crowd laugh sound, do we?
No, we got.
No, that's not it.
Oh, you want laughter?
No, yeah.
I'll have to get some of that.
I can't believe we've gone this far without a laugh track.
Oh, we need that, don't
we? This feels like a big miss on our part.
I'll have to download that for next time. Whoops. But did you see Jack's Instagram post where he showed a picture of his hernia scar?
Oh.
I mean, it was this close to being porn. Like, it's no joke. At first they showed him. There was a couple of very weird Jack Wilshere posts this week. One of them was a repost. Now, I don't know if this was a meme somebody made or what, but I'm like scrolling through my thing, and somebody goes, "Is this Jack Wilshere?" And it was like one of those 2-frame things, and one side was Jack Wilshere for sure, in a hospital bed, giving a thumbs up with his like busted ankle, and then the other side of it was a picture of a cougar. And then it said something about, like, it was like a headline from, like, the Standard or something that said, like, man recovers after being sexually assaulted by mountain lion. I'm not kidding. That was I was like, what
that was like
is that?
His official Instagram?
No, that wasn't.
Oh.
But in his official Instagram, he said something like, it might have been his Twitter. I saw it reposted on Instagram. Said something about, yeah, you guys can laugh at my injury if you want, but I'm just waiting for my body to allow me to get back on the pitch because I can't wait. And then it was a picture of him on one side, like thumbs up, and then on the other side of it was literally like his scar, like just above his like pubic hair area, like just barely, and he's pulling down his shorts like right above the base of his dong, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to. But it was a nasty looking scar, and I was like, I don't want to see that.
So this is like the avant-garde second act of Jack Wilshere's
I think
career.
he was trying to show the seriousness of his injury, and a hernia. That's pretty serious.
Yeah.
But point taken.
Sure.
With the maybe Jack Wilshere back. I mean, Moisey seems pretty confident about a whole bunch of his other injured players. At least he did in his pre.
I mean, the list gets a little smaller with each of these pressers, and you see like a few more folks coming back. But I think it's it's the same structural stuff. You know, like who's going to provide pace, who's going to facilitate this ball up the midfield.
Right.
You know, will Felipe Anderson coming back make a difference? I forget like how long he's even been out.
Well, he was in at the beginning of January.
He was in for Bournemouth, and then
then he hurt his back during Sheffield.
Okay, so it's been about a month.
It's been about a month. And at first they thought it wasn't going to be that bad, but I mean, you could see when he fell that it was a bad one. The thing is that he was just already having a bad year anyway.
Yeah.
At least to date, he was having kind of a bad year. Still a fan, by the way, Felipe.
Yeah, I think...
I love you lots, and I think that you're a badass.
I think Bournemouth gave people hope.
Well,
that,
yeah.
You know, he can recover some of his form.
Because that goal, dude, was
we're
like
just kind of back to the normal.
All just grit. He just powered through it and did it all himself. I mean, that was awesome. There wasn't any finesse to that goal. Well, I mean, other than just the fact that he put it in the back of the net himself, it was hardcore. He was like powering through one defender and then popped it right through the keeper. It was awesome. But Yarmolenko, man, please come back. Bro, come back. I mean, I know you're kind of a one-hit wonder with that left foot, but, dude, we need it. And what's the formation going to look like now with Bowen? And with Souček in there. I mean, people are saying
4-2-3-1.
4. Are you just making up numbers right now?
Oh, no.
I'm trying to think who goes where.
We have a Slavish devotion to the 4-2-3-1 formation. If it doesn't work, it is incumbent on the player, and he has to get subbed off.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
This is why we've been failing all year. We just don't believe.
We don't believe in changing.
We don't believe in this slight pyramid formation.
By the way, we have become soccer experts.
I mean, look at me. I'm just throwing numbers.
There you go. You sound like you know what you're doing.
I'm using adjectives all over the place.
You've unpacked your adjectives, dude. You've unpacked your adjectives. Mark, who's like 12 years old compared to me, doesn't know that I'm singing a Schoolhouse Rock song.
I literally do not.
Really?
No.
Oh, unpack your adjectives, one of the best. I wish I had some of that. You know what? I'm gonna make a couple of new sound effects for next week. I'm gonna get unpack your adjectives. I'm gonna get some laughter in here, and we're gonna be like Howard Stern in about 2 seconds.
Yes. We're gonna finish the season strong.
We'll be at least like Fred from Howard Stern, the guy who does all the sound effects. He's awesome. Anyway, So we have a list of topics up here that we've mostly covered all. I do. So you think that they're going to stick with the same formation and just plug in different players? I mean, okay. So where does Bowen go? Like in a Lanzini kind of spot or a Pablo Fernals kind of spot? That's kind of the position he plays, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in long term he's not quite on the wing. I don't see him as like a 1-for-1 Snodgrass replacement, but I feel like long term as sort of someone.
Well, Snoddy's got some years on him for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I do see him like long term, fitting into that role or replacing them. So
I just hope he brings like 1/4 of the brilliance to the Hammers that he's had over over the last 130 something appearances when he had 50 goals.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, I mean, I'm excited to see the guy score.
Yeah, it's I mean, and we talked about this last week. I thought they should have signed a right back over Bowen, but you get what you get, and I think there's enough things to look forward to with him. I don't think it was for not trying. Honestly, no, it was more about it was the work permit. It was a couple, just things that can't go over the line because you see how West Ham can complete deals. I don't. I mean, I feel like I would like to see more support in the back, and you just don't see that with who they signed and who they want to go forward. But God, I just who even could provide help for Declan in that holding role?
I mean,
Carlos Sanchez. He's going to fight for his place.
Holy crap. Okay, so right before we started recording tonight, I was asking you what the hell's going on with Sanchez, because I'd heard he was gone, and then I heard he was going to fight for his place, which I don't really know what that means. Is he just going to try to kick ass, or is he going to ride the bench, hopefully until his contract runs out and just take up space? Him and his disposition is just pathetic. You know what I mean? He just I don't know.
On a team that just refuses to run this year, he's the one that's the most inert.
The most inert in the non-running team. Wow. Well, at least he excels at something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
mean, he definitely hit the weight room when he was injured.
He was always kind of like that.
Yeah,
he was always he always had that Michail Antonio looking build, but he had none of the pace
and none of the speed. None.
No,
right.
None of the speed. But I mean, he has the injury record.
Indeed.
Yes,
he did.
And doesn't have any of the charisma.
Yeah, that's definitely also something that he lacks. I don't look forward to a Sanchez Instagram post, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be really sad to have to try to go back, comb West Ham's archives, and see, when did their PR try to feature Carlos Sanchez?
Only when he got signed, because he was injured almost immediately.
That's true. That is,
and then he was out for
almost
the whole year. I think he was injured the whole year last year.
Pretty much.
From the third week
but
or
even
second week. I can't remember when he went
those
out.
couple of games that he made appearances in were bad enough for everyone to get on his bad side. Yeah.
So they say that, speaking of Antonio, they say that he'll be fit almost for sure.
That he could play a full 90?
We could talk about all these players that we think are going to be fit. You know what? If Antonio had a month off, I'm not sure he's a guy that you should try to count on to do a full 90.
No.
He doesn't pace himself like that, and you wouldn't want him to. He's a beast. He runs in beast mode. That's the way he's the best. But you've got to get it. After the 75th minute, you really don't have a choice. He's got to come off. You know what I mean? It's like a thoroughbred out there. You can see he's huffing. He's a big dude. He's a big body. He's got speed out the yin yang.
Yeah.
But,
no, I mean, the risk is they can't effectively park the bus after he goes off.
That's true. Apparently not. Apparently, when Masuaku comes out, Swiss cheese, or comes out there, he's like Swiss cheese.
And he's supposed to be. Well, he signed a deal to 2023, Masuaku. I mean, but look at everyone that's up on here: Antonio, Fab, Noble. Once again, we're drawing on how old all these people are as impact players. It just. I don't know what more can be said about this age and imbalance and structural deficiency of this squad. And then, you know, after we spend time giving Carlos Sanchez oxygen, and then Winston Reed, who, as far as we know, still hasn't gone to Nashville.
He hasn't. Apparently that has fallen through.
No.
Yeah, no, it did. It fell through.
Okay.
So what I read today was that he's kind of been put into a position as to whether or not it didn't say why it fell through. I read that on Clareton Hugh. It was one of the shortest things.
Yeah.
It just basically said that it fell through. That he's kind of left with the decision as to whether or not he's got a contract with West Ham through 2024, I think. 2023 or 2024. But he's kind of left with the decision as to whether or not to end his career. I don't really know why that kind of ultimatum comes down on the plate, but he has been making appearances with the under-23s, but apparently, according to that article, has not been getting like a consistent play time.
No.
And I don't know if it's because his injury is still an issue. It didn't really say that. It didn't hash it out big time on the article that I read. But it did say that his move to Nashville fell through. So that's just not happening.
Yeah.
He turned down loan moves to 2 other MLS teams. Nashville's like the new team.
Yeah.
One of 2 new teams this year.
Them in Miami.
Right. We're going to go to the Nashville game,
nice.
The Nashville Crew game.
Nice.
A lot of people go because it's not that far. It's only 5-hour drive, so relatively. I mean, that and Chicago are like doable away games, so we're going to do that. And I was excited. Truth is, if Winston Reed had been down there, I would have been down there like, "Hey, dude, sign my shirt," fanboy style. Because I think, dude, he scored the last goal at the Bolian. Forever and a day, he is the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even that aside, he put in a great career.
Great career. I just wish he could get back on the field. I still think, like, I don't really know, like, I haven't really seen any good reports about what's going on with his injury.
I mean, it sucks that he can't.
There's got to be something nagging about that. So
yeah, it sucks that he can't get a James Collins style, farewell,
right?
And be able to come on.
He should
for one more game,
right? Speaking of Collins, he was also in West Ham news this week because did you know that? He was talking about how his good buddy Mark Noble had told him, said, "I can't wait to get away for vacation for this break." So Noble, who's already made a couple of statements about whether or not he should have been played, where Moyes probably really didn't have any choice in the matter when it came right down to it as far as personnel goes. And Noble's going to do what he can do no matter what. But he needed a break. It's funny to me how as soon as this game was postponed, the PL came at both teams and said, "Well, do you guys want to do it this coming weekend?" And they were both like, "No," because that would have been smack in the middle of when these players are supposed to have a break. I didn't really know what was going on when I very first looked at the fixture lineup for this past week, and there was only 4 fixtures. I'm like, why is there only 4 fixtures? So then they started talking about this winter break, and it's the very first time they've ever done it before. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. These guys are beating themselves up, like gladiators during the Christmas period. So, I could get behind that. And then no sooner had the game been postponed that the Premier League presented to both teams like, "Hey, do you guys want to do it next weekend?" And both teams immediately were like, "No." I mean, some people, like Moyes, I guess, gave the whole team like 5 days off. Oh, yeah,
Moyes had already announced 5 days off.
Yeah, and so he was just like, nope, can't do that. But now, I don't know if they must have had to make a similar proposal about doing it next Wednesday as well, which would have been almost at the end of this vacation time anyway, but it would have been after these 5 days off that they gave the team anyway.
I mean, it doesn't seem to make a difference. West Ham had that 11-day layover in December when a lot of other teams were just packing in the fixtures.
Yeah, and that was weird too. Do you know that if they didn't play this game next Wednesday, that from the Brighton game to Liverpool would be 22 days of not playing? That's almost a month of recovery for some of the people that have been injured, which is a long list.
But I mean, is this something that you could support in? I think even this situation, it's okay. Even in a better situation, just taking half of February off.
Well, I mean, February there's not as severe as February here.
No, but
are you talking about because of
I
weather?
Think of no, not even like about weather. Just about how these fixtures are played and how they come at you. I mean, I feel like this is a positive development coupled with the fact that the PL has announced that they will go back to a August 31st transfer window closing next season.
Okay, I hadn't heard that. Did you read that today?
It was a couple days ago.
Oh, okay, I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I can go back. I can get behind that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. So that's into the season then a little bit.
I mean, basically the way it was until 2 years ago is coming back.
I like that.
I mean, when the season starts and people are shitty, you can make your changes instead of just, like we did this year and just offload Chicharito.
Which in the end was a stupid move. How many goals did he score for us before he left? Like 4 or 5?
Wasn't it like 1 or 2?
No, come on.
I mean, he didn't do a lot.
There was more than 1 or 2. There had to be more than 1 or 2.
In any case, we all get to enjoy his presence in America anyway.
Right.
So.
With the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The highest paid player in the MLS.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is Zlatan gone?
Oh yeah, he's back at he went back to AC Milan. He scored a goal like a week or 2 ago at age 37.
Oh. I didn't know that. So we won't have to suffer through his full page ads in any newspapers.
No more
anymore.
Ibrahimovic, no more Wayne
no more
Rooney.
You're welcome, America kind of shit. Okay, got it. Well, I know that La Turbina will be super duper happy when the Galaxy comes to town if Chicharito comes with them.
He's not even. They're not playing the Crew this year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. There's too many teams in the MLS.
This Ponzi scheme, man.
And it's messed up. It's like, was there 54 teams now?
28.
28. Too many.
28. The Crew are going to put in a reserve team. We'll join the USL pyramid.
28 teams, no promotion and relegation. Makes no sense.
Yeah, American soccer.
Here we are in a relegation battle with the team that we love so much, bitching about the fact that the Crew can't go down if they suck. So, whatever. We're insane people. We must be insane people. Look where we live. Look who runs our government. Okay.
I mean, it's not like our dozens of UK listeners can say much different.
Our whole handful, our whole half a handful.
So we dig into our listener analytics. We'll contact you directly. Take our survey.
As promised, this is going to be a short episode because I'm really hungry. And on top of that, there's nothing else left on the list to talk about.
I mean, unless you want to talk about the board getting bashed, but, I feel like we did that for a whole hour last week.
Oh, we have a very special show on the 25th.
Yeah?
On the 25th, we are going to be interviewing Thomas Smalley from the West Ham Experience, the guy who and we're going to get him on here on StreamYard, and he has some very close friends tied in with the Hammers United guys, and he said it was okay to talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Hammers United announced they reached 10,000 members this week.
Congratulations. No, seriously, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in there.
Yeah. There was a GSB out sticker during a boxing match last week. This is
where was this? In the States or in the UK?
It was international.
Oh, sure.
So, and please don't ask me to name a fighter.
Well, the campaign is going well. They're getting the word out for sure. I think that the protest on the 29th is going to be huge.
It's exciting in just a very weird, morbid way that we're just here and watching this unfold, and you see, like, I mean, I think it's good to see, like, some sort of unity for the first time in a couple years.
Well, yeah.
Even if it's around something that's just, like, totally horrible.
Right. And with a bunch of people, and a group of people that I think that the board is very much underestimating, for sure. The real classic, no bullshit fans over there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Here, touch that real quick. Make that screensaver go away. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, buddy. Thank you.
Ooh.
So,
All
I
right.
mean, we could probably talk for another hour about the GSP out stuff. I mean, it's like there's no shortage in the news cycle about board stuff.
I mean, we were just saying everybody took their turn last week.
It seemed like it. There's just all kinds of shit out there. All you got to do is look at it. And if you want to hear a couple of American dorks talk about the board being out again, we are going to talk about it, but we're going to have a valid guest to bounce our ideas off of and listen to. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I mean, us as interviewers are. I think we do a solid job. We do our research.
Just from the technical end of it,
5 minutes before the show starts,
right? And just from the technical end of it, let's see if we can make it any better than when we had Billy and Mick on. That never happened, and I can't seem to get them rescheduled because they're so busy.
It happens.
International Women of Mystery. But we're gonna. I'm gonna make it happen. I mean, I've got a little bit. I've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
And we will make it happen. And Thomas said he'd stay up for us. So
hell yeah.
That's gonna be like 11:30, 6:30 our times.
Yeah.
11:30 there. So
yeah. And
so that's gonna be fun.
And if you are keeping score at home, we did try to hype up our special guest Eric Holtz this week, and that also fell through.
Indeed, because I didn't understand that Eric, who's at our games almost every weekend, doesn't live in Columbus during the week. He lives in Cleveland, which is
2 hours north.
2 hours that way north.
I'm sure some people who listen to this can't even imagine driving 4 hours back and forth
commuting
every single
for
weekend.
Work. But Eric is going to be on as well. Look, if I get the StreamYard working in a way that we can record it and everybody can see everybody's beautiful faces, we'll get Eric next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Unless he's going to be here. Because last I checked, he said something about he's going to be checking his calendar, find out when he was going to be here. But we'll see.
We'll see.
When he's not suing people in Cleveland, he'll be suing people down here.
That's what he does best.
Right. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. We're going to let you guys look up your stuff all over the interwebs about all of the fantastic news of Karen Brady and Sullivan knocking each other out and the board in civil unrest.
Read those Sun columns, maybe.
My goodness, it's a shit show over there. But we're going to get it straightened out one day. We are going to get it straightened out because, come on, you irons. All right, everybody. See you guys next week.
Dip.
Oh, it's not working.
Oh, no. Ah.
Oh, my goodness.